And then eventually, so winning that award, what did that feel like?
It was great. I mean, it's like you pray for things like that. Obviously, Big East Player of the Year. You only give one of those out each year, and it's a blessing to be recognized as Big East Player of the Year, especially in Providence. I think I was the second person ever to do it, which was Chris Dunn, who did it twice, 15 and 16. But no, it's just a blessing. That's all I can say.
All right, we got DC in the building.
Yeah, man.
Devin Carter.
How y'all doing today? You good?
Yeah,
good.
great, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. No problem.
Good to be in the house at PC.
Yeah. Just finished a year here. Great year. Fell a little short of our expectations, but we gave it all we had. So.
Obviously, like Providence didn't have the year that you wanted to, but like personally, you had a great year. What was that like for you and your future?
I mean, it was great. My teammates, they just from before the season, I could tell what type of team we were gonna have. I mean, they always had my back from day one. Anything happened or anything that we needed or like on the court, off the court, they're always there for me. So, I mean, I knew what type of team that we had going into the season. So, I mean, I'm not surprised the year I had, and yeah, I mean, just credit them and the coaching staff. I mean, coming from George Mason, Coach Kim, Nate, Felton, Matt, all of them, like they told me I'm not a 29% three-point shooter, that I was last season, and I mean, I believe that as well. So, I mean, this year I finished around 40, 39 or something like that. But
You said you were shooting a couple extras at the end that put it down, right?
yeah, I shot a few bad shots, I wouldn't say bad shots, but a few questionable shots,
Still though, 38, 39, 40, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's a big jump from 29 and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I only shot like 3 threes a game last year. This year I shot around 7.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it was very impressive to see just like him being a young coach too, coming into the Big East and having, obviously, like you said, not the year that you wanted, but still a very good start to his, dominance here.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thought that it was going to be, hard time, a lot of struggle. Coach coming from a Atlantic 10 school to Big East, I mean, it's not always the easiest transition, but, I feel like we all bought in this year and we gave it everything we had. So, I mean, to have a 20-win season in the Big East in your first year doing the job, I mean, that's not easy to do. So, a lot of credit to the staff and my teammates.
What was it like playing against Ed Cooley this year?
It was great. I mean, at the end of the day, he recruited me here to Friartown.
Yeah.
So, forever thankful for the opportunity, that he brought me here. But, yeah, man, like I said, it was great just seeing your old coach on the other team.
It was jumping in there too, huh?
Yeah, it was sold out. Everybody was lined up around like 7 a.m., with their tall boys in their hands and drinks and everything. So, it was a great time.
Providence seems like you guys know how to, it's not a huge school, but it seems like, I mean, I came down on Friday and like it seemed like a good time here.
Yeah, I mean, these people sure know how to stay together and just have a good time together. I mean, we don't need much, but Providence as a community is big. So, I mean, heart over height.
Yeah, and especially like for you guys, the basketball team, that's like this, it seems like that's like the central driver of like sports on campus, if I'm not wrong. And then like you guys, I mean, you guys have a pretty solid hockey team too. And like, are there any other sports that you've like seen how like women's basketball or other teams that are pretty good?
I mean, Providence has a lot of good teams. I mean, I think our track team's pretty good. I've seen them win a few championships. I mean, obviously, basketball is like the main focus around Providence just as a whole. Soccer team's pretty good. Like you said, our hockey team. So, I mean, just Providence as a whole community, as a athletic program is pretty good.
What was it like coming here 2 years ago at this point, right?
Yeah.
Coming from South Carolina, playing in the SEC to coming up north, it's a little bit colder up here. Just like that transition process and initially when you got to campus, what you felt like?
I mean, for me, I just came from Miami, but I went to high school in Brewster, so at Brewster, so it was in New Hampshire, which is kind of close to here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was great though. I mean, got to experience a lot of different, times, snow, hot, and I mean, if it wasn't for the community and everybody, it would definitely be harder.
bounced around a lot growing up too. What was it like, playing basketball in different areas of the country? You probably got to play with a bunch of good players where
Yeah.
you're in so many different regions.
Yeah. I mean, my dad, he got traded quite a little bit. So, I mean, I traveled a lot. I lived in California, lived in Texas, lived in Minnesota, lived in Denver, lived in Miami. So, I mean, I moved around a lot. And, I mean, I say the toughest people I played against are probably people from Florida. But, I mean, Cali obviously has a lot of hoopers too. But no, I mean, there's people all over the world. You just got to find them.
You think Florida's the toughest basketball state for high school hoops? I'm saying Jersey all day on this.
Jersey probably has the most skilled. I'd probably say like because Kyrie and what's his name, Isaiah Briscoe, I think from Jersey. But nah, it's just I think Florida has a lot of athletes, and
Okay.
it's hard to finish at the rim and stuff when they're blocking shots. And I think Texas has a lot of good basketball players as well too.
Texas is, I mean, it's hard to say underrated because it's not, but like it kind of is because the talk is always New York, Jersey, Florida, Cali, and like Texas gets in there too, but I feel like Texas is slept on.
Yeah, I mean Texas is big, one of the biggest states in the country. So I mean, it's hard to not have anybody good from Texas. Yeah.
Who are some of the better players that you grew up playing with, and like what are they up to now?
I mean, I played against a lot of good players. I mean, I played against Compton Magic with Evan Mobley and them. Played against them in Cali. Played against Ant Edwards in the circuit. I played with the Colorado Hawks, so we were Adidas. So, I mean, we played a lot of Adidas. Well, we obviously played Adidas teams, but there were some good players in Adidas. I mean, Jalen Green, Kyrie Walker, all of them were Adidas as well. So,
What was Ant like in high school? Just playing against
he
him.
was just like now. I
He
mean,
could just jump out the gym.
yeah, he's super bouncy.
Yeah. He couldn't. Could he shoot like in high school as well, or not really?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are better in high school whenever,
It's just easier to score
yeah,
too.
it's just playing against, not everybody's going D1 in high school.
Fair.
So, I mean, it's different from, when everybody's at the highest level and then whenever you're one of the few people that are talented enough to go to the next level. So.
Talk about your father, obviously growing up, had a very long career in the NBA, had the opportunity to play in multiple different cities, franchises, organizations. Just what was that like, being the son of an NBA player who had a long career like he did?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, you got to be around a lot of NBA players all the time. He would take me to the locker room before games, after games. I'd work out on the court after. I mean, I'd rebound for him when I was probably like 10, 12. So, I mean, it was just great having that experience early and just learning from, what they tell me, what they kind of taught me as well. So, it was just great.
Were there any guys that you got like to be close with, like on some of the teams he was on?
Yeah, I was pretty close with James Johnson from the Heat. He knew me from whenever they were on the Raptors together. Remember Nene from the Nuggets. Yeah, just people all over. I mean, they always showed love no matter what. So.
Like, you always hear about the guys who are in the NBA, like LeBron, Bronny's coming up, and then, D Wade's kids play basketball, and then, Shareef O'Neal as well. But, like, how come your name's never thrown around in that conversation where your dad is such a tenured athlete?
I mean, like D Wade, LeBron, what was the other one you said?
Shaq.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're Hall of Famers. So, I mean, obviously, what their kid does is, kind of going to be more highlighted. I mean, when you think about it, Jalen Houses from New Mexico State, his dad, Eddie House, he played.
There's plenty of, you could throw out like 100 examples.
So, I mean, it's like, obviously, like, the people who are Hall of Famers, well-known, like, people are going to be more curious as to what their kid does and stuff. But, no, I mean, I have a great relationship with Zaire Wade. I mean, we were roommates at Brewster.
Yeah.
We went to high school together. I mean, we're both from Florida. So, I mean, me and him talk all the time. I mean, that's my guy. So, it's great being with him.
You spent, like, the most time in Colorado, right? Or was that, you were there for how many years?
10.
Okay. So, like, when you were, like, playing and stuff there, did people always know, like, okay, like, his dad's in the NBA, like, he plays, like, in the Nuggets?
I mean, growing up there, everybody knew who my dad was.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go to the mall there and know who he is because, I mean, that was kind of, like, where he made his career in Colorado. So, I mean, Uh, especially like I feel like playing AU and a little bit of high school. Like everybody kind of wanted to get after me, just to say they beat me. But
Did you like having that, kind of just like, all right, I got eyes on me, like I gotta like perform?
I mean, I always thought to perform at the highest level whenever the lights are on. So, I mean, that's kind of how I took approach this year. I mean, we played at Madison Square Garden, probably like 4 times. I think I had good games, 20 plus games. I mean, 20 plus points every time I played in there. So I mean, I think I shine more when the lights are on.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that because you have the NBA pedigree already, that the expectations are a little bit higher for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of common with any professional athlete. Whenever their kid plays, they're just held to a higher standard. They're expected more out of. Your dad did this, your dad did that. You have to live up to that, and that's why I feel like going back to what you guys said about the D Wade and Shaq and LeBron.
Brawny right
It's
now.
like
It's like that's like
your,
crazy.
Your kid has to live up, he doesn't have to, but he's expected to live up to what you accomplish and everything, and that's not easy to come by. Whenever your dad is all-time leading scorer in NBA history, so stuff like that is just kind of, I wish people really like understood that.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to be a Hall of Famer and stuff. I mean, just making it to the NBA is hard, and then I mean, especially staying in it. So,
Do you think that since you grew up like going into the the court, like the arena after the game or before the game or on an off night, rebounding for your dad, for his teammates, whatever, being used to being like on that floor with those lights, that made you feel a little bit more comfortable and even got you like excited to play games at MSG and big stadiums where you get put on?
nah, I don't think it got me more excited. I mean, I just think me being around, the talent and like being around professionals, I see how they move, I see how they work out. So I mean, I put in a lot of work, obviously in the gym, before, after practice, off days. So I just fall back on my workout. Like I don't ever expect to live up to the moment. I just fall back to my level of preparation. So I mean, I never expect to just turn it on in the moment. I just expect to fall back on the level of my preparation.
That makes sense. So you went to high school mostly in Florida. You told me the other day that like you really, I mean, you were playing AU and obviously your dad and stuff. So there was definitely eyes, but you didn't. I mean, I guess it's normal, but you didn't start to get like all college offers until what, like junior year? You said, right?
Yeah, it was probably around junior year. That's
What was? Do you remember your first like offer?
I think FIU.
Okay. Which
Florida
is
International.
Miami, just right there.
Yeah.
That's honestly a dope school.
Yeah,
They got a sick court there.
No, they do. It's kind of tricky though. Like I feel like you kind of like get woozy looking at it, playing on it. But.
So that was your first.
Yeah, that was my first offer. I ended up getting offered by like Georgia Tech, a few other schools. Like there wasn't nothing crazy. I think probably like 4 other mid majors, and then like coming out of high school. I mean, the only reason why I feel like I didn't get a lot of offers because like the school that I was at, we weren't playing against like the best competition. I mean, I was averaging 30, but it was like who you're playing against type. So, I mean, once I went to Brewster, I had committed to South Carolina because, I mean, my coach in high school and Frank Martin, they were pretty close. So, my coach texted Frank, like, you got to check this kid out. And, he ended up liking me. Like, he liked what I brought to the table, how hard I played. And, I mean, he knew my dad, so he just, like, assumed and obviously was right that,
Sure.
Just came from a hard-working family and everything like that. So, yeah, once I went to Brewster, there were speculations about him possibly getting fired after the season, after the COVID year, I think. There were speculations about it, whatever. And then I never, like, decommitted or anything, but, I just stayed with the commitment, and then I went to South Carolina, and I ended up all freshman team. Had a pretty good year, probably averaged 9 in about 20 minutes, 9 in
The
18
SEC
minutes,
though, that's
something like
that's
that.
really good.
But it was a good experience for sure. I mean, Coach Frank, he taught me so much, just how to be a man, just growing up, just respecting everybody, just he teaches you a lot of life aspects that you need in life to become a really good man. So
I really like Frank. I
Yeah.
think he's a great coach, great guy.
yeah,
I mean, he's very tough to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because now he's at UMass, and like UMass doesn't get a ton of people at their games. Let's just put it that way. So the Mullen Center, which fits probably like 10,000, you can hear Frank screaming from like any seat in the house. And I went to a couple of games last year, and it was cool to see. I mean, it's fascinating to see like his style. But do you remember your first like interaction with him while you were being recruited, and like your first kind of impression?
Yeah. I mean, we met on Zoom because it was like COVID. So I mean, he called me a lot. Obviously, just talked to me. We were actually trying to. I think it was right when COVID happened, and they were trying to like let high school players go to college early and not lose eligibility. I was gonna go early. I was gonna leave Brewster and go to South Carolina early, but he didn't have any scholarships, so we were like, we'll just wait it out, go next year for the scholarship, and then yeah, I mean, just from there, I went to South Carolina, and then met the whole coaching staff on Zoom actually. So
That's crazy.
It was a tough time. Just you kind of got to just go by word. You can't really like. I mean, you could kind of get a feel for people on the phone call and obviously Zoom, but like, I mean, there's nothing more that you could do than face to face. In person, shaking hands, seeing how everybody moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But nah, it was great though. I mean, just like you said, Frank, he's a very enthusiastic coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna say his mind. He's gonna say what he's thinking, and he's not gonna really think about it like too much. He'll say it and then live with what he says. But
He does live with it. Yeah.
That's I mean, you gotta respect people like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not scared to say anything, tell somebody how you feel, and as a player, if you respect your coach, you know that he's not doing it because he doesn't like you or like hates you or anything. He's just doing it because he wants you to succeed, and he just wants the best for you. So that's the way I took it, and I mean, it got me here today. So.
Who are some of the NBA coaches that you kind of look up to and admire?
Coaches?
Yeah.
I think George Karl. I like him a lot. That was who my dad played for a lot. Eric Spoelstra. I mean, my dad was on the coaching staff with the Heat. He always, say what's up. He would watch my games and stuff. So I have a lot of respect for Coach Spoelstra as well.
Did you get any like little tidbits of like advice or like tips from them when you were growing up that you have like kind of always lived with?
Nah, not really. I mean, just as a kid, you don't really try to coach kids too much. You kind of just let them have fun. And then once you get to high school and stuff, you can kind of start taking it more serious. Yeah. By junior year, senior year, you can kind of start correcting them. But up to then, you just really got to have fun, let them find a love for the game first.
What's your best, like most favorite, like memory, like going to like a game, whether your dad played in it or you just were going to an NBA game? Growing up,
we went to. It was Christmas. I don't know what year, but the Nuggets were playing the Thunder with KD, Russ, and Harden. So they let all the family members on the Nuggets fly with the team to Oklahoma for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I just got to experience, what it's like to be on the team playing and just be with the players and everything. And me, my mom, my brother, we were in the hotel. Then we went to the game. I think they ended up losing, but it was still a great experience.
That's still a good time.
It was a good experience.
How old were you then?
I don't remember. It was probably like 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 2009, 2010. So I was probably like 8, somewhere in there.
That's a good way to spend your Christmas.
I know. Are there any guys in the NBA right now that have kind of taken you under their wing, or they've, shown support or been a mentor to you?
I mean, in high school, a lot of people came to my games. James Johnson came, Hassan Whiteside, Deion Waiters, like people from the Heat. And then last year when we played at URI, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, just people came. Anytime my dad would like just say he's going to the game or something or like anything, some of them might just say.
Were they up in Boston too, the Heat, when Butler came?
I think so. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, just having that support cast behind you and, wanting to see you succeed, it's just great.
It's also cool probably for your teammates and even like guys on the other team, they get to play on a bigger stage. And so.
I mean, like, I grew up around them, so I mean, I'm not really like starstruck.
You're used to it.
Yeah, I think of them, just as another human being.
Yep.
Somebody who is in the NBA, obviously, but I don't look at them as oh, I'm star this, star that. Like I look at them as friends and people who I could talk to if anything. So people who got my back and I got their back. So I mean, that's the way I look at it.
It'd be cool though for like the 8-man on URI who's gonna be like a future insurance salesman playing in front of Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, no, that's cool for everybody.
So when you came here after South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
what was the expectation like? Coming here, obviously, so SEC all freshman team, right?
Yeah.
And you're building some momentum and everything, but at that point, the talks for professional, like that, how's that going? It's not as like super clear for you, right?
Last year,
Like going to last year.
I mean, last year, 2 years ago, like you said, I was on the all freshman team for the SEC, which is top 3-4 conference in the country. So I mean, that's not easy to do. But coming from South Carolina to here, it was me, Bryce Hopkins, transferred from Kentucky. So it was in Noah Locke, transferred from Louisville, and Clifton Moore transferred from LaSalle. I think it was all the transfers. But it was just like
That's a pretty loaded transfer class.
It was a good transfer class, but we just think that there was a lot of like a high expectation because I think they were like 30-1 in home games over the past 2 years or three, something crazy. So we don't want to lose at home, and then they went to Sweet 16 the year before. So we were like, we got to make the tournament and obviously try to advance the tournament. But those were our goals, like coming into the season, not to lose at home and make the tournament. So, I mean, we made the tournament and I think we lost like one game at home or maybe two. No, I think it was one, but we lost one game at home or two. And I think we had a pretty good year. I mean, we had the same record last year as this year, 21-12 or something like that. But no, it was great though. I mean, especially me and Bryce both coming from SEC school. He didn't get to like have the opportunity that I had, to showcase my skill every night, get reliable and consistent minutes. But I mean, once he came here, we all saw his talent and how skilled he was, and I mean, he just took off from there. I mean, last year he was unanimous first team in the running for Player of the Year, All-American. So, I mean, yeah, it was a great decision for him to come here.
How does a team like deal with an injury like that? Because all the news, it was big when both you and Bryce, decided to stay, at Providence last year. You guys are, hoping to come in for a big season, and then, he just blows out his knee. Like, how does a team deal with that?
I mean, obviously we were devastated when it happened. I mean, nobody expects, somebody to get out for the season, especially one of your star players. So, I mean, I texted Coach Kim right whenever it happened. I mean, I told him I'm gonna do my best. The season's not over. I'm gonna do my best to try to take on the load. Try to make the team succeed more than what we ever had. Just give it my all at this point. And I mean, I think I did a pretty good job of that this year. Just trying to bring the team to higher levels and try to succeed and win as much as we can. So.
Do you think that like the media and like the spotlight, did you feel an effect kind of it turning from, Bryce, both you and Bryce, the whole team to like, all right, Devin, like you gotta step up right now?
I mean, a little bit just because me and Bryce were the only people that stayed from last year's team. And I mean, I think that, just coming from me and Bryce, what we did last year, everybody was expecting it to be us two, but my teammates this year, I mean, Joshua Durrell, Tiki Gaines, Jaden Pierre, everybody, Rich, Rich, Corey, everybody gave it their all. So, I mean, it's just, I think my teammates did a great job not quitting this year. I mean, we fought hard every game, so a lot of credit to them. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I mean, there would be no Big East Player of the Year. There would be no, 20-game wins. And, I mean, it wasn't just me every night. I mean, sometimes I wouldn't play the best game or anything, but I mean, Tigger might have 5 threes or Jaden might have 15. Josh had 30. I mean, it was just great.
What was your personal? I mean, you talk about the team goals and everything going into this year, but what was your personal goal junior year?
Junior, it was really just Kim was coming in, new coach, new era. Me and Bryce decided to stay. So, I mean, me and Bryce just wanted to give it our all to the new coach staff, new teammates and everything. And, I mean, it was really just winning. Whatever came with it, came with it. And, I mean, here we are.
Big East Player of the Year.
For sure.
What do you like to do beyond basketball? We've talked, only about hoops so far. But
Yeah.
what else does DC do?
I just be chilling for real. I hang on my dog. Got a dog.
Huncho.
Yeah, Huncho.
We got in touch with Bryce before it, and we were like, yo, we're interviewing Devin. Like, we need something that, not a lot of people would know about. And then that's all he gave us was that you had the dog.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a better story, but you
Yeah.
said you'd get pissed at anything else.
Nah, I mean, I got a Doberman. He's like going on 9 months. So I just be chilling over here, bro. I play video games every now and then.
What's your
eat
game?
some food. Huh?
What's your game?
I play a little bit of FIFA. Just started playing Fortnite again, but they started adding too many things where it's just, you eliminate people.
You just got to go
with a-
0 builds.
with a lightning bolt flying in the air and stuff. It looks like, I don't know.
We'll be like working throughout the day, and it's like we do one productive task, and we're like, okay, we're both ripping a game of Fortnite, and then we go off and do another little something, then another game of Fortnite.
No, I definitely need to start playing a little bit more. But I can't build.
Play no builds, bro.
Yeah, I mean I do.
All right.
I play 0 builds, but like I said, bro, I came across somebody who was flying, throwing lightning bolts and stuff, bro. I was like,
The lightning bolts are actually pretty easy to. You just like when someone has that, they're in like the same spot, and you just shoot them. I got a couple kills
I'm
like
scared
that.
because when I miss, they just zap me.
Yeah, I know.
I liked the last season better because you could go kill the bosses and like mod your weapons
Get
down
them
there.
medallions.
Yeah, I like the vault and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I like the
Those were-
turrets, those business suitcases.
Yeah.
You, like toss
Yeah,
those
he was
out.
ripping. Those are so
I was so good at
frustrating.
that.
I hate those.
That and a shotgun, piece the people up.
Yeah.
Did
That
you
was good.
train? Did you train Huncho?
No. I mean a little bit. I mean so like the way it works, he has a trainer.
Yeah.
Right in Providence, so I take him to the trainer, and then he does like one session a week. But the trainer's also teaching me how to train him.
Yeah.
So the trainer trains him for the day, and then like the other 6 days, I'm training him. You know what I learned from the trainer and stuff.
Because he's pretty well like kept.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
very he's got it. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean he's for a 9-month-old dog. I mean he behaves really well. So I mean I'm just thankful I got the right one. So.
Yeah. He's also like pretty big already.
Yeah, he's around like 60 pounds, 9 months. So it's a big dog. He's gonna get bigger too. So
Yeah, he's gonna
Can't wait
get
to see
how much bigger you think?
he's probably gonna be like 100 pounds. So, gotta upgrade his bed. His bed might be a little too small by the time he's fully grown.
Yeah.
We're getting a dog this summer.
Both y'all.
Well, my girlfriend's moving up to Boston,
Uh-huh.
and her new spot, it doesn't allow pets, and ours does. So we're gonna take it over for the summer.
Okay.
She got a
What type of
labradoodle.
dog?
She got a labradoodle. It's like a big lab.
How old?
She's 3 years old.
Okay.
So she's stupid, but
She's not trained.
No, she's not. She's trained. She acts well, but she's just funny. When,
Yeah, Huncho, he actually just peed in the house today for the first time in like a month. So I was confused on why, but
What's he think of like the weather up here and like the rain and stuff? Like
yeah. So the way I got him, I left Providence at like 6:30. My flight was at 6:30. Went to Chicago, and then from Chicago I went to Texas, and I got to Texas around one something because no layover and everything. Went to Waffle House. You gotta make a stop at Waffle House every time you're in Texas. So I'll go to Waffle House, and then I go pick him up. And when I pick him up, he peed all over my shirt. Like when I grabbed him, because I was still trying to pick out which one I wanted.
how small was he?
He's
Oh my god,
like you could put him in your hands, like this.
that's crazy.
So I picked him up. I put him like right here, and when I put him right here, he like started peeing on me. So I was like, "Yeah, this the one right here." Like he's already attached to me. So I didn't bring no change of clothes. So I just flipped my shirt inside out, and then I had to wait because there was nowhere to go. So once I got to the airport, I just washed it or whatever, and then kind of like blew it, and then put it under the air dryer, and then I was back in Prov at like midnight. So. Yeah.
Damn.
Long day.
Have you seen Miss Peaches on TikTok?
Dave
Portnoy's got?
Yeah. He just adopted her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He's gotten like, so there's so many people that like, they're like, I want to hate Dave Portnoy for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they're like, but I can't because he's like the nicest like father to this dog that like, was just like neglected for so long in like a shelter.
Yeah. Doesn't he like go around trying food and stuff?
Yeah.
Too? I remember I seen something on TikTok that he was in Providence and he tried with one pizza spot. I forgot what it was called, but I seen that.
What do you like to eat around here?
Well, after this, I might go to Flames. It's like a Caribbean spot. They got jerk chicken.
Ooh,
rice.
That'd be a terrible idea.
That sounds pretty good.
Rice and curry goat, stuff like that. So, no, that place is fire. And then, they just put a Cane's out here like not too long ago.
Nice.
So I've been there a few times. You got Yaz chicken.
I think I went there with you. That's over near Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got Yaz chicken, and then you got what else? Gigi's. There's a lot of good spots around here though.
And then you've gotten to get in close and taken care of by some of the local businesses, which is cool. Talk about that and like the whole community in the city kind of getting behind you and the team.
Yeah, they all look out after the team. I'm just signed. Well, I did my deal with Duncan. I'm a brand ambassador for 110 Grill downtown next to AMP. But nah, it's great. Just the way that they look out of for all the athletes. You go in there. Sometimes they give you free food. Sometimes they just all they ask for is like a picture or something. So it's a blessing. It's something that you look up to as a kid. Like one day hopefully I can get there and do that. So
yeah, the lady at Dunkin' the other day, she knew your name.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know my name? And she's like, how don't I know your name?
Yeah, I was ordering my drink and then I never told her my name, but she's like, Devin. I was like, I definitely never told you my name, but all right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So back on basketball for a minute. So when did it come apparent that you could be Big East Player of the Year?
Whenever Bryce went down, we played. I think we played Creighton. I think I had 25 or something, and then we played another game at like 22 or something. It was like back-to-back 20 balls, and I was like, it's gonna be a lot of pressure and a lot of people expecting this, expecting that. So I think my mindset just going into each game was do everything I can to win. And then once I had that mindset, you're just making winning plays all over the court. You're making more shots than what you imagine. You're hitting more tough shots. You're getting more complicated stops. Like you're blocking shots. You're stealing the ball whenever you probably wouldn't do that if you were just thinking of yourself, or like you're just thinking it's gonna get done by itself. So once I made like winning. Once I thought winning was going to be a little bit harder, since obviously losing Bryce is 15 points a game, 8 rebounds. That's a lot to make up for. So I just had that mindset going into the rest of the season, and that was that. Towards the end of the season, still had a great conference games. Like I was playing great in conference. I was averaging like 21 or something, 22 in conference, and
I feel like at a certain point too, you're used to that,
Yeah.
It's just like you're used to playing, hitting big shots and big moments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it, right?
Yeah. Once we played Creighton at home, I hit that like real deep three. I was like, wow, like this is crazy. Like I think I might have a chance to, win Big East Player of the Year if we keep winning. Because obviously if we like just lost all our games, that probably wouldn't have happened. But I think we won enough, and the coaches that we played against, they respected me enough to, vote, and I really appreciate of how they thought. So.
What were some of your favorite moments, like big shots, like that? That shot was crazy.
Yeah, I think obviously the Creighton shot, that was crazy. It was like 14 seconds on the shot clock. I just shot it, and then
at home too.
Yeah, at home. My dad was there, so it was like a second game coming too. So I was like,
"What about was it those that like windmill dunk? Was that against UConn?
No, that was.
That was against Georgetown.
That was against my old coach.
Oh.
So I just got a steal before, and I was gonna dunk it, but my legs like gave out on me. I was a little tired, so I just laid it up, and then I literally it was like the next play. They came down. He didn't see me in the passing lane. He just threw it, and I shot the gap. And when I shot the gap, I was just in my head. I was like, I didn't do nothing last time. everybody's gonna go crazy. It's a game everybody been waiting for. Let me just try to see. I mean, we're up by enough where I know if I missed it, it's like okay. But like, obviously playing a college game, your legs are more tired than usual. So it's different than just dunking after practice or something, or just dunking in your free time. Like it's in the game, end of the game too, 20 seconds left. So I try to give it everything I had. And luckily I made it, so I didn't get cussed out by Kim or nothing. But it was great.
Would you want to participate in the dunk contest someday?
No.
Why?
Nah. I mean, I got bounced, but some of the things that they be doing is like
Mac McClung.
yeah, it's like
That one that he like put it was like the ball was he like left the ball and then like got it again or something. That was just like
yeah, it's like I mean, I'll watch. I'll throw a lob to somebody, but only thing you're gonna get out of me, I can do some dunks, but
that windmill was
I can do some dunks, but
you had two big ones in that game, right?
Yeah, I had a reverse, and then I had three really. It was one I cut baseline.
My bad.
He threw a lob. I dunked it like this, and then one Corey threw the ball from the other free throw line, and I dunked it like a full court lob, and then the third one was the windmill. So it's just like
wait, full court lob?
Yeah, he threw it from like the other free throw line to the rim, and it just like I kept running because I saw the ball was going farther. And then like I caught it, and then but I was so high in the air. Like by the time I like looked at the rim, it was like right here. So I was just
put it down. There you go.
I was like, might as well just dunk it. So
imagine being able to jump so high that you have time in the air.
I can
to
do
realize,
that.
the rim's below me.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like no, just kidding. But no, that's crazy. Those are definitely some moments that like.
I mean, that's stuff that you keep for the rest of your life in the back of your head. So.
You got the videos, the photos,
Yeah, it's just stuff you put in the museum.
Yeah, and then eventually, so winning that award, what did that feel like? Just
it was great. I mean, it's like you pray for things like that. Obviously, Big East Player of the Year. You only give one of those out each year, and it's a blessing to be recognized as Big East Player of the Year, especially in Providence. I think I was the second person ever to do it, which was Chris Dunn, who did it twice, 15 and 16. But no, it's just a blessing, Just that's all I can say.
Do you ski? Being from Colorado? Snowboard?
Yeah.
Where? What mountains did you live near in Colorado?
I didn't live near mountains. I lived in Denver.
Oh, okay.
But I went to Breckenridge.
Yeah. Dope.
I never been to Vail.
No.
Never been to Vail. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
I never
Breck is sick.
Breckenridge is nice. I go to the Nike outlets, and they got like this little wagon of like bison. Like beef chip, they got a whole bunch of like, what's it called? Like beef jerky and stuff. But it was like a whole bunch of other like stuff I was just trying, honestly. But it was good though. Like they had like teriyaki flavor. Yeah, so it was good.
Colorado's a great place.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like Colorado is so nice, in the summer. It's nice in the winter. You got 4 seasons in one day sometimes. Like it'll snow, it'll rain. It'll be sunny, and then you just, like, I remember for Christmas, one year it was sunny, like, it wasn't even cold or nothing. And then I remember one year, it was, like, I just got a new scooter for Christmas. I was young, so couldn't wait to go outside and try it. I go outside, it's icy, I fell, I busted my knee, I was sick, but, it's crazy, though. I mean, living in Colorado is great, though. I mean,
it also, like, as an athlete, you have a competitive advantage. Living there, training there. The altitude.
Yeah. I think the altitude is, especially whenever you're like playing professional sport, like, basketball, say you come from Orlando or something, and then you go to Colorado, you're definitely going to feel.
Yeah, the Magic's going to play in Denver. Like
you're definitely going to be more winded than the Nuggets, but that's why a lot of, like, Olympic runners and, track people, they go to Colorado to train. So by the time they go to London or something, the wind is at the highest level it could be. So.
Yeah, that's where the U.S. basketball team is, right?
Actually, yeah. It's in Colorado Springs.
Yep.
It's like hour 15 from where
that's
I lived.
Out there.
So,
yeah,
it's out the way.
Awesome, Devin. Thank you so much for coming on. What's next for you?
So we're just gonna have to see. Obviously, I have another year of college eligibility. And, I could obviously try and declare for the draft and everything with that whole process. But, I'm not too sure what I want to do yet, so we're just going to have to see.
All right. You heard it here first. We're just going to have to
All
see.
For sure.
All right. Thank you, Devin.
Yep, no problem.